Hi everyone. For this week's AL.combat, we're here in Huntsville to discuss Common Core. We've got Leada, Gore on my left and Shelly, Haskins on my right. Shelly, in a community like Huntsville, where you have a lot of military families coming into town, isn't there some importance to have educational consistency across state lines?
Absolutely. That really is the core of my support of Common Core, is that the military establishment here. I've had generals and people in military families, people who work in the military industry, talk to me about how important it is that they have that consistency across state lines, because they are constantly moving from duty station to duty station, and they don't want to have to come into Alabama and have their kids sit here and be behind, and even be at a different stage than they would in another state.
Well, what do you think, Leada? I mean, how do you have consistency across state lines without something like Common Core?
Well, I think you have voluntary opt-in goals as opposed to this top-down. I know people like to say that Common Core is not a national education program, but it is tied to national funding. There's very little parental input and very little options for parents who don't like Common Core other than to leave the public school system. So, in a case of a military community, you have Department of Defense schools. Maybe you can do something through those Department of Defense schools. Now, obviously, we don't have one of those in Huntsville. But it opens up yourself to sort of this top-down as opposed to community-based education and letting those decisions be made hyper-local.
I just think, though, that there's this overreaction to the nationalization of education. I think that there are options to tweak things for teachers to figure out how to best teach to the standard, rather than going to using a national model. I think that Common Core has become an evil buzzword from the Tea Party, and people don't realize that there is flexibility for the state to tweak its standards for teachers to tweak how they teach.
Leada, last word.
Well, but those standards are tied to money. And for a school system that's short of cash, they're going to go to the national standard because they think they can get money.
But Alabama's not getting that money anyway.
Well, then so why are we doing it?
Why are we trying to repeal it?
What benefit are we seeing from an untested program?
And I think that's the question that we need our readers to answer. Thanks, everybody.